Hello everyone. Welcome back to LoFi Yoga. And today we are going to start out on the floor, and we're probably going to stay there for the whole practice. So if you'd like to lie down and relax while I ramble a little bit before we start, feel free to do so. So something crossed my mind the other day about the time that I took a Floorwork dance class. And if you don't know what that is, that's like, have you ever seen, I don't know if you've ever seen like those people who like do all the like sexy dance moves on the floor or whatever. It was a class for that. So it's called Floorwork. And before the class started, there was only one other person in the class, and we were talking. And she had taken the class before, and she was like, don't worry, it's super easy. And she's like, it's basically just rolling around on the floor. And I was like, well, I hope that I could do that. And we were like laughing about it. And I guess the instructor of the class overheard us, and she maybe took it the wrong way and got offended by it because she kept repeating throughout the class, it's more than just rolling around on the floor. And the class was really difficult, and I think that was probably because of, you know, how she felt, like the way that she took what we said. And for me, when I said that, it was more of a way of making something that seemed difficult and intimidating more accessible. But that wasn't how she took it. And I can understand on some level, like that's what you do for a living, like that's something you're passionate about. You don't want someone to downplay what you're doing. But I understand approaching something that can be intimidating and trying to make it accessible to yourself. Yoga can be intimidating to some people, and so in an attempt to make it accessible, we're gonna roll around on the floor a little bit. So we're going to be exploring all of the variations of bridge pose and playing with those movements, and also playing with some of the poses that I normally do standing that require a lot of balance that maybe some people don't have access to. And hopefully this is, you know, beginner friendly and hopefully relaxing. So let's get started. So to begin, if you haven't already, go ahead and let your eyes close. And just become aware of your breath. Maybe you can bring your hands, one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest, your heart. And just notice how the breath travels through your body. Wherever you find yourself in your breath, the next time you take an inhale, go ahead and bring those arms up and stretch them out over your head. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side, and then down, by your sides again. Inhale, bring the arms up, overhead. Exhale, bring them out to the sides, and then down. Inhale, arms up. And this time, bring your arms out into a T as you exhale. And from here, we're going to stretch through both toes, just flexing and pointing. And then make circles with the ankles. Take an exhale. Tuck your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around. Just give yourself a little hug here. And now go ahead and rock from one side to the other. And just sort of massage your back. Now make some circles with the knees. And when you're ready, switch the direction. Notice how that feels different to your body. Take an inhale and tuck that right knee into your chest and send that left leg out nice and long. You're going to flex into both feet. Inhale, stretch out that knee just a little bit, and then exhale, draw it back into your chest. Inhale, release. Exhale, bring it in. And this next inhale, you're going to bring the foot up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bend into that knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. And now you have a few choices here. You can keep the knee bent at a 90-degree angle, or you can extend the leg all the way up, totally up to you. If you'd like to, you could use a strap here. And by that, I mean, hold on. You can take your strap, step into the middle of it, and then use the ends to sort of hold your leg. And then we are just going to take the right leg, either bent or straight, and take it out to the right side and open up. The whole inner thigh is going to get a nice stretch here. And if you'd like to keep the knee bent, that is also fine. And you're just, if you have your leg out to the side here and you're bending into that knee, feel free to place the right hand on top to weigh it down a little bit, just to help you open it up a little bit. Inhale your way back up to the middle, and then we're going to exhale and take it, the right leg over to the left side. And you can extend the right arm out to the side like a T shape here. And again, you place the hand on top of the knee to add some weight and just help yourself ease into the pose a little bit more. Just make sure you're pressing through both shoulder blades evenly. Inhale your way back up to the middle. And then we're going to take the right leg, bring it towards, stretch it out nice and long beside the left. And now we're going to do that all on the left side. So we're going to inhale, lift, and then exhale. Tuck that knee, the left knee into the chest, flexing into both feet. Inhale, release, exhale, hug it in. Inhale, release, exhale, hug it in. Now we inhale, lengthen the leg all the way out. Exhale, bend into that knee. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. And now we have our choice to make. Do the same thing you just did on the other side. So I'm going to bend. And now we're going to take it out to the left side. Inhale to center, and then exhale, twist. Bring the left knee over to the right side of the body. Take that left arm out to the side, pressing through both shoulders. Inhale through center. Now we're going to stretch out both legs nice and long. We're going to reach through the fingertips overhead, creating as much space as we can along the length of our body here. And now we are going to bend both knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, nice and flat on the floor. And we are going to begin to find our nice bridge pose. So you want your feet about hips distance apart. You want to make sure your palms are pressing into the mat, just outside your hips. And then with a nice inhale, you're going to lift. And exhale. Bring your hips back down to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And now if you'd like to add the arms, inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep the arms out to the side, bring them down just like we did in the beginning. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring it out to the side. Keep the hands where they are by your side, and this time we're going to inhale and lift our way up. Lift the hips. And if you'd like to, play with a little bit of stretching here. Carefully. Inhale. Bend that right knee. Bring it to the chest, and then extend. Only if you'd like. Bend the knee and bring it back down to the mat. Lower the hips. And let's do that one more time on the left side. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, tuck that, bend the left knee. Bring it into the chest. And then inhale, point the sole of your foot up to the ceiling. Try as much as you can to keep your hips lifted just as much as they were when both feet were on the floor. Bend the knee, and then drop the sole of that foot back down to the mat. And now, lower the hips. Let's try that one more time on the right side and then the left. So we're going to Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend that right knee. Inhale, point the sole of the foot up to the ceiling, keeping the hips lifted. Bend the knee, exhale, inhale, lower the sole of the foot to the mat, and then exhale, drop the hips down to the mat. Now for the left side, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, point the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee again. Inhale, drop the foot. And then exhale, lower the hips. Another option for your bridge pose, if you'd like to take it a little bit further, you can inhale, lift the hips, and then you can carefully bring one shoulder underneath the body and then tuck the other shoulder to meet it. You want to clasp your hands, and this is going to lift you up a little bit higher, and it's also going to stretch out the shoulder blades. And if you'd still like to go a little bit further, you can go ahead and come up onto the toes. And when you're ready to come out of this, just reverse everything you did. So we're going to drop the heels, untuck those shoulders, and then carefully bring the hips back down to the mat. And now to get into some of those standing poses that we normally require a lot of balance. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh, flexing into that right foot. We're going to bring the hands behind the left thigh, interlacing the fingers, and we're going to flex into both feet now. And as you inhale, you're going to press the elbow into your knee to sort of open it up a little bit more, and then exhale, draw both knees towards your body. And this is just an easier way to get into the figure four pose that doesn't require you to balance on one foot. It's an easier stretch. It's a little more gentle in terms of depending on how much you press into that knee and how much you draw both knees towards your body. So if you want a little more room, go ahead and go for it. Exhale and release. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take the left shin across the right thigh. I'm going to lift, flexing into both feet. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. And again, same options here. Inhale and press against that knee to open up, stretch a little bit more. And then exhale as you draw both knees towards your chest. And for me, it's a little more intense on this side. I'm obviously more tight in the left hip than I am in the right, but I think that's true for most people. One side's going to be a little easier than the other, and that's okay. Exhale and release. And we're going to take that same figure four pose on the right side again. So we're going to cross the right shin over left thigh, lift both feet, and from here, if you would like to, Give yourself a good squeeze. Draw those knees into your chest. And then bring the sole of that left foot back down to the mat. And we're going to take a twist here. So we're going to twist until the sole of the right foot is on the ground. And from here you can, as I have my hands on my belly, or you can bring your arms out into a T, and then you're just going to look over at the right palm. The next time you're taking an inhale, go ahead and lift the sole of the foot back up. And we are going to cross the right knee over the left. And then we're going to lift both feet, grab a hold of the outer edges of both of those feet. And we're going to pull. And it's going to basically stretch the outer hips. And it's cow face pose, but instead of sitting up, which with gravity pulling on you, it might be too intense. This way you can control the intensity by how much you draw the feet towards your body. So if you want a little more room, open up, play with the angles a little bit and see what feels good for you. Try as much as you can to relax the shoulders. You don't want to be like this. It's supposed to be easy, right? So make it easy. Let it be easy. Go ahead and exhale and release. And now we're going to step the feet out to the width of the mat. And we're just going to drop the knees from one side to the other. This is going to give your back a little bit of a break and also the hips. We're going to make our way back to center, and we're going to take all of those poses on the other side. So the left knee, the left shin is going to come over the right thigh. I'm just going to figure four one more time. Give yourself a good squeeze. And now bring the sole of the left foot, bring the sole of the right foot to the mat. And now we're just going to drop that left foot down, taking a twist. And option to open up the arms and look over at the left palm. Inhale, lift that foot. And then we're going to cross the left knee over the right. Lift both feet. And we're going to grab a hold. Just stretch that out too. Grabbing the outer edges of the feet. Exhale and release. Step the feet out and just windshield wiper the knees one more time. For our final pose, my favorite, you can skip it if you'd like. We're going to take Happy Baby because I don't think we rolled around on the floor enough. So we're just going to, you can grab a hold of the big toe with the 2 fingers, or you can grab the outer edge of the feet. And we're just going to bend into those knees and rock side to side, just like we did before in the beginning, massaging the lower back. Go ahead and release. And we're going to stretch out one last time. So go ahead and create as much length and space between your hands and your feet as you can. Energy through the fingertips and the toes. Give yourself one last hug. And then rock and roll up the spine. Over the shins. And into a seat. I'd like to take a moment here to pause and say thank you so much for sitting with me. Hopefully you had fun rolling around on the floor. Hopefully you got a good stretch. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day and that you are well.